Yo, 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 my hustlers, welcome back. We are back with partner with Anthony Review. Today we're going to be talking about session 9. Can't believe we finally made it here. All right, so let's take a look. All right, so one thing you may notice is Anthony likes to do a lot of talking about mindset and words of motivation. So just like in session 8, session 9, he's actually got a motivation thing. Success has no shortcuts. And you'll see that a lot in his program. He's always talking about it's got to do the work. Okay, so after that, we're going to get into creating the opt-in page, and also we're going to be doing the split test links. So what are the split tests? Split tests are basically this. When you create your ClickFunnels, right, you're probably you're going to create about 6 of them. So you have 6 different funnels that you can use. However, which one works best? That's where you're creating the split test. So what occurs is this. In the software that you're going to use, you can designate, okay, I want to test this one versus this one. And what happens? So let's say you send out 200 emails out, traffic. So you buy 200 clicks for traffic, right? You're going to basically have, okay, you're going to direct 100 of those clicks to one opt-in page, and 100 goes to another one. And then you're going to see which one performs the best. So let's say the first one converts at a rate of about 35%. The other one converts at a rate of 10%. Well, then you don't really want to use the second one. You want to use the first. But again, there's 6 of them. So once again, we'll want to keep testing and testing to see which opt-in page does the best. So you could do all 6 if you wanted. You could do 2 one-on-one. You could do 3 of them, and then let's say you have 100 clicks go out and have 33% go to one, 33 to another, 33 to another. You could also have it 20, 20, 40. So let's say you have 100 clicks. Well, 20, 20, 40 wouldn't be 100, but in a percent. Let's just use it as a percent. 20% would go to one, 20% would go to another, and then 40% goes to a third one. You can also do it that way. So you can kind of test and see which funnel page is converting the best and how to really structure it. So it's kind of fun to play around with it. So again, that's kind of what you're going to be doing with this one. This is very much now we're getting to the testing, refining and figuring out which one works best. And again, this is from the initial 6, but you are offered about an additional 10 opt-ins that were created by other previous students of Partner with Anthony. So you can then try and see would theirs work better than the ones given to you by Anthony. So it's definitely refinement. This is taking some time, testing. Now, they're going to tell you, don't go buck wild. What do I mean by that? Don't drop 500 or 1,000 off the bat. I probably should have mentioned this in the previous one. But when you're testing, they said, look, $10, $20, small amounts. You're just wanting to see what works. And once you start to see conversions and things working, then you are advised to up the budget. But initially, do not do it. They'll mention to you in stories about they had a guy who got really pissed. He says, no, I'm dropping this much money. And they're like, no, don't. He said, no, I'm doing this. But when he didn't get the results, he got mad at them. And said, look, we told you, do not drop this amount of money on your initial testing. Go slow. And which is a really great thing. And also, so I got into the coaching program, and same thing. They said, look, when we're doing tests, we're doing a test on Facebook, we're just doing $5 a day just to see how it would go. We were not spending $20, $50, $100 a day. We said, no, let's just do $5 a day. Let's just see how it works and just kind of where it goes. So a lot of testing, retesting, refinement until you see what clicks, what doesn't click. So these are lessons you're going to be learning. It's, again, if you've never done it, it can be a little time consuming. But once you start to get a hang of it and you're seeing how the data converts, because that's the really cool thing about it. The software really shows you how the data is converting with everything. And you'll see which funnels are working, even with the emails. When you're sending out those emails, you're going to see which emails were opened, like what was the open rate, how many were just discarded, deleted. It's fascinating the amount of data that this software can collect. I should say not this software, but what all the different softwares that you're going to be using can collect. By the way, you're going to be using 3 different softwares. So you have the ClickFunnels, you have your redirect software, and you have the there's a third one, which right now the name escapes me, but there's 3 different softwares that you're using to manage all of this. But when you buy the traffic, you are going to begin reports later on about how successful it was and so forth. So you're going to be learning a lot. There's a lot of data that's going to be thrown at you. If you've never done it before, that's fine. This is what you're learning. But I want you to just get into the mentality of what is going to be happening in this program. So again, there's no shortcuts. It is time consuming, but once the system is up and running, it's on its own. You just stand there and just enjoy it, because this is cool. When you get an email saying, hey, someone made a purchase, you're like, oh, and I don't care if it's $7 or $100. When you get the email, it's like, I did it. Especially like your very first time, you get that email that says you got a sale, and even if it just says $7, but you got a sale. Now that's what's cool. It just give you that, I can do this. Because you can sell 7, you can do it again and again and again and again and again, and now all of a sudden, all 7 start to add up. So, hope you guys found this video informative. It is fairly quick compared to the others because it's a very simple, straightforward. You're just testing the emails that you're sending out now. But again, in terms of the actual work, it will be a little laborious, so to speak, but it gets easier. All right, guys. Anyway, I don't think this is going to be going out before New Year's Eve. So I know in the previous video I wasn't sure, but it looks like now, this is going to be going out before New Year's Eve. So anyway, Happy New Year. Hope you had a great 2022 and that you have a wonderful 2023. Let's get on the hustling route. Let's hustle, hustle, hustle. Make that money, honey, because look, at the end of the day, it's always going to come down to you. Not with other people, nothing else. It's always going to come down to you, what you're putting into it, what you're trying to get. No one can hold you back. The only thing that can hold you back is you. It's all up here. Sound like Anthony, because Anthony says the same thing. So anyway, to all my hustlers out there, I want you to keep the hustle, keep the fight alive, have a kick-ass 2023. I know there's a lot of talk about it's going to be a bad year, but you know what? Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. If you think 2023 will be a great year, in spite of all that you were being told, it will be. If you believe it's going to be a bad year, guess what? It will be. So what are you going to believe? I want you to believe it's going to be a great year because you are going to make it a great year. All right? Take care, my hustlers. Always love to hear from you.